Stand by for Bwana.org radio. In 3, 2, 1. Cue the announcer.
You found Bwana.org radio, your one source for tech news and reviews. Now, almost live from sunny Florida, here's your host, Bwana McCall.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to episode 269 of Bwana.org radio. We got a great show lined up for you. I don't know how many stories I have, but it's quite a few. I think it's like 2, 4, 6 stories. That even number 6 makes me happy to be alive. I'm drinking coffee right now, so this may be a coffee-fueled cast. Coffee-fueled with Bwana.org radio. I cannot predict what will happen in this show, except we're going to talk about tech news, because that's what we do here at Bwana.org radio. We find the best tech news we can. We do this show every Tuesday and Thursday nights around knockoff time for the East Coast of the United States, about 5, 6 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I go a little bit earlier if I get done with my work a little bit early. But this is Bwana.org radio. We're up to episode 269. Would have had a lot more episodes if I wouldn't have taken like 6 months hiatus. This is every year. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, and I eat cookie crumbs. So we're going to go ahead and go with the show full of cookie crumbs. Got a great show lined up for you, episode 269 of Bwana.org radio.
It's time for Bwana.org radio's tech news for this week.
And for our first story, we're going to talk about IFTTT, otherwise known as If This, Then That. This is one of my favoriteest sites on the internet, especially when it comes to social media, because it reminds me of an old site that's still actually going around. It has to do with Yahoo. Yahoo Pipes was a very, very popular service, still is popular for a lot of just information flow, from moving from one social site to another, from one means like email over to Twitter, over to Facebook, over to your favorite social network, over to Instagram, whatever. But IFTTT is really cool because it allows you to create what are called recipes. And the reason why I'm talking about them today is because they had a little spat with Twitter a while ago, which I was unaware of. Apparently, they had some disagreements with Twitter and ended up disabling some of their recipes that are triggered by or triggered to Twitter. Now, some common IFTTT recipes may be like if you want to, when you change your profile image on Facebook, it'll automatically change it on Twitter. That is a very popular one because how many times do we change our profile picture in one place and forget to change it in another? So that's just a popular recipe. If you haven't signed up for the site, man, you definitely need to go over there and check it out. It is very, very useful. But what they've solved their problems with Twitter now, and apparently you are now able to redo some of the old recipes which were disabled. Some of the triggers include a new tweet by you. So whenever you post a new tweet, that can be a trigger. I was going to say a twigger. A trigger. That would be a trigger by you to do something else. Or you could do a new tweet by you with a hashtag, which is a very popular one. So if you put a certain hashtag on a tweet, then it will trigger something off. Also, there's post a tweet with an image, which I might use to cross post to Instagram or something. So if I post an image with a tweet using Twitter's imaging stuff, I may just cross post that to Instagram. We never know what you might want to do. But this is some creative stuff you can do with if this, then that. Very, very cool site. We're going to be talking a little bit more about it in the next story. So check it out, guys. This is over on Engadget. The Engadget.com. They got the details about if this, then that, and their dealings with Twitter. And as promised for our next story, we're going to talk a little bit more about if this, then that. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right for the rest of the show. IFTTT. And this is over on makeuseof.com. It's a related article. So if you're interested in getting started with this, this article will point you in the right direction. It's called 10 of the best IFTTT recipes to bring order into your online social life. And there's a ton of recipes up on the site, but Make Use Of has curated some of their favorite 10. We're going to go through these one by one. We'll talk about them. The first one is IFTTT automation for Facebook. So there's a recipe here to automate your Facebook updates across social media sites like Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So essentially, they will take different updates from those other sites and bring them in to Facebook. So you don't ever have to update your Facebook profile automatically. You could do it from other sites as well. The other one is automate your Facebook photos and videos. So you can get your photos and videos from Flickr, Dropbox, Instagram, or YouTube and cross-post them automatically to Facebook. So here's some other ones. Send links I post on Facebook to Evernote. So if you're a fan of Evernote, you can do that one. From WordPress posts to Facebook. Now, I don't blog as much as I used to. But if I were blogging, this would be a good way to cross-post to Facebook whatever I do a new blog post. I probably should do this now that this probably supports Facebook groups. I do have a Facebook group for us, guys. Yeah. I think it's like facebook.com/buona.tv or something. Or Buona TV, something like that. I don't remember because I hardly ever go there. I apologize to you viewers and listeners who actually are active over there. I am neglecting you. You are being neglected. But this is possibly something I can do for myself. Thanks for the birthday wishes. This is something I didn't think of. But it's so funny because every year on your birthday, you get all these people going, happy birthday, Buona. Oh, happy birthday to you. And you always have to say thank you. So this is like an automated message. Don't tell anybody that I did this, but I'm probably going to do this. Don't tell anybody though. Every year on your birthday, you can send a message just saying, thank you everybody for your birthday wishes. I hope you have a great day or something similar to that. So you don't forget to thank people. There's another one. Create a Facebook post with what you favorited in Pocket. I've never used Pocket, but that's one of the recipes you can use. There's some stuff for Twitter as well. IFTTT automation for Twitter. Every time the New York Times posts a tech article, you can post it to Twitter. That's one. Whenever you drop an image in Dropbox, it'll post it to Twitter. That's useful. Add followers who've mentioned or retweeted you to a private list. I kind of like that. So anybody who has mentioned you on Twitter or retweeted you, you can add them to a list on Twitter. Nice. You can update Twitter from Google Chat. So if you're bigger to use a Google Chat, you can update your Twitter right from that particular program. There's some other things here, Pocket and Buffer, and sharing quotes from Goodreads to Twitter. One of the things I like about IFTTT is that you can also just share from an RSS feed to your social network. So if there's a favorite site you follow, you just want to post every time they post, or something is exposed via an RSS feed, you can also use IFTTT to do that. So this is a great way to share information across social networks on the internet. Check it out, guys. This article is over on makeuseof.com. 10 of the best IFTTT recipes to bring order into your online social life.
You're listening to Buona.org Radio, a potpourri of tech news and reviews.
So what if I asked you what was the top site on the internet? What was the site that had the most US web traffic in the United States? I'm not going to say top site on the internet, just the top US website. What would you say? I probably would say Google. And that would be one of my top guesses, with maybe Microsoft or Yahoo coming in third. But according to this article in the Washington Post, Yahoo tops United States web traffic and beats Google for the first time since 2011. Wow. This is from ComScore. This is not a anybody. This is a pretty reputable survey. Yahoo logged 196.6 million unique views in July, topping Google's 192.3 million. So this is kind of a great story to kick off discussions about Yahoo, because they're turning it around. I remember Yahoo was on the verge of like being nothing. And they were on the verge of pretty much dying. And people were looking to buy their assets, and they were trying to liquidate everything. But now Yahoo is on the move. I mean, they bought Tumblr, and they're actually improving a lot of their services. Now, I've been a big fan of Yahoo for a long time. Yahoo Mail was my primary email provider before Google came along, and Yahoo News was my primary news, and Yahoo Games was where I played web games, and Yahoo Sports is where I read sport. It was just all these different Yahoo brands where I would ingest information, and apparently a lot of people still do. Yahoo does a great job of implementing these things. They have a really good track record with providing quality information, even though the leadership has some questionable things that happen. Yahoo's on the turnaround, and I'm happy to see it, because I think Google needs a lot of competition, especially in search. But they need a lot of competition in these other areas as well, because you know what happens when monopolies do things. They don't get challenged and they don't innovate. So we hope that Yahoo continues their uphill climb, and you know, maybe it'll spark Google to change some of the way they do things that we don't like, you know, because when you're on top, you know, you have little reasons to change, unless, you know, you're just a good guy overall. But some businesses, they're just like, whatever, we're number one, we'll do it later, we'll look at it later. So check this story out, guys. Over on WashingtonPost.com, they got the details over there. Yahoo tops US web traffic and beats Google for the first time since 2011. And for our next story, we're going to talk about Android and the gaming aspects of Android. One story I'm going to talk about over on Game Chat 1 of this weekend, you guys can kind of get a sneak preview of it, is I'm going to talk about how mobile gaming on iOS and Android is stacking up against companies like Sony and Nintendo. And the numbers may surprise you over there. But this article I'm going to talk about is over on makeuseof.com. It talks about enhancing your Android gaming with controller options. And one of the problems that some of the hardcore gamers have with mobile devices is that the control schemes on touch screens, are not always up to par. They're kind of a lackluster, second-rate control scheme to traditional D-pads and buttons. So if you're looking for a better gaming experience on your phone, but you don't want to invest in something like a PS Vita or Nintendo DS, these options listed over on makeuseof.com may be interesting to you. There's some controller options here. The first is called the Red Samurai V2. It is $25. It's developed, let's see, it looks like a PS3 controller overlaid with an Xbox 360 controller. It has kind of the big bulkiness of the 360, but the analog stick configurations are like the PlayStation. And it's comfortable to hold, has a rubberized grip, and it connects to your Android device using Bluetooth, as most of these do. They have a setup video here. Another one's called a Moga Pro Controller. This one's $50. And the cool thing about this one is that it has a stand that you can mount your phone on. So essentially you can have a little stand with the controller and play the games using the controller. It has an Xbox 360 configuration with the alternating analog sticks and the D-pad. Apparently it's very, very hard to find. They're actually going pretty fast, but that is definitely an option that you can have as well. $50, you can get it from on Amazon and other places like that. There's another one called the Nyko PlayPad Pro, which is also $40. It has an alternate like a cross D-pad configuration or analog stick configuration like the Xbox 360. And that's another option for you. So here's some controller options for you if you want to play games on your Android device and you want to have better inputs than just a nasty looking touchscreen. So check this story out, guys, over on makeuseof.com. They got the details how to enhance your Android gaming with these controller options.
You found Bwana.org Radio. Tech news and tech gadgets for the hardcore geek in all of us.
And for our next story, we're going to talk about tablets and education. A few stories ago, or a few episodes ago on Buana.org radio, we talked about Apple making deals. I believe it was a county in California where pretty much every student was going to get an iPad. And we talked about the big repercussions of, sales, and whoever made that deal is probably rich over at Apple, because it's a lot of, I mean, the word I'm looking for is escaping me, but Apple tends to get you early. I know a lot of people who are Apple diehard faithfuls. Most of them started very, very young, being exposed to Apple computers, learning with them. And you develop habits and you get used to them. And as you get older, you get a better job and you get money, you're going to buy more Apple products. So it's a good investment for these companies to get involved in education. So Microsoft is now going to jump into this fight to get your education eyes. We talked about Apple. Also, Google is doing it with their Chromebooks, big time. Trying to get these Chromebooks into schools. Microsoft is going to be offering classrooms Surface RT tablets for free with an ad-free program. Essentially, schools can earn these free Surface tablets by using Bing for Schools, sort of a Bing Rewards program, as they use Bing to search. And once they reach 30,000 credits, Microsoft says the equivalent of around 60 Bing users will be able to get 30,000 credits. And once they reach that 30,000 credits, they'll be getting some free tablets. It's a good incentive. Frankly, I don't think Surface RT is the best option for a lot of schools today. It's got a great interface in terms of touchscreen and stuff. But I think a lot of kids would be more interested in a Chromebook or an iPad, just based on the cool factor and the usability and the possibility of actually going home and having access to the same type of stuff. Chromebooks and Chrome OS is really popular because a lot of things are stored online in the cloud, and they can just leave school, leave the Chromebook there, go home, and pick up where they left off on a lot of stuff. But Microsoft's jumping in, so they're not just sitting back idly waiting for everybody to knock them out of education. Microsoft's going to be offering classrooms free Surface RT tablets with ad-free Bing for Schools. Check it out, guys. This is over on TheVerge.com. They got the details about this story, and hopefully Microsoft can turn their Surface RT woes around. And for our final story, we're going to talk about Box. Box.com, which is one of the more popular online cloud storage sites out there, up there with Dropbox. Box is up there. They've always been popular because they've landed deals with mobile phone providers, and you'll see like a Box.com or a Box icon. It says, sign up with Box. You'll get 1 GB free usage or such and such. Refer your friend to Box and get another. They have their whole referral thing going on too. This is the latest story over on thegadget.com. Talks about the latest promotion, which is actually pretty generous. They're going to give users 10 gigabytes of personal cloud storage upon sign up. And this is twice as big as what they used to do, which was 5 gigabytes. And it's more spacious than SkyDrive, which is 7 gigabytes. Dropbox is 2 gigabytes. Amazon Cloud Drive is 5 gigabytes. And iCloud is 5 gigabytes. So this puts Box at the top of the list of providers in terms of what they're giving you at start. And as storage prices get cheaper, you can expect to see this type of trend continue. Your favorite provider is probably going to offer new users possibly more space than what you have right now, which may prompt you to create new accounts, right? I don't know. But check this story out, guys, over in the Gadget. I just wanted to quickly tell you about Box. They are offering you now 10 gigabytes of personal cloud storage. Personally, I have been using copy.com more than I've been using Dropbox and Box. Copy.com has a similar deal, but they had a really attractive referral system, and I got a bunch of people to sign up, and I got more space out of it. They got space out of it. So it was a really good deal. I think I got like over, might be like 200, maybe 150 to 200 gigabytes now on copy. I got a lot on there just from posting on Google Plus and Twitter, and people signing up through the referral link. But if you want to try a box, if you're fresh off the gate, or you just want 10 gigabytes of a more storage with another service, go to box.com, sign up. 10 gigabytes of personal cloud storage is a lot to work with. So check the story out, guys, over at Engadget.com. They got the details, and you know about that. Hey guys, Buona here. Just want to take time to thank our corporate sponsors, Amazon.com, Green Man Gaming, and YouTube. Without these guys, Buona.org Radio would not be possible. So thank you to our corporate sponsors. And that concludes episode 269 of Buona.org Radio. I want to thank everybody for listening. Follow me over on radio.buona.org. The site maybe give you a blank screen. I'm working on that. I'm just eventually going to move away from blogs, man. I'm tired of WordPress. I really am. We'll find something, though. You can follow me on YouTube. It's probably your best bet right now. Go to youtube.com/iobuffa. Subscribe there. You can listen to the episodes. I'm going to be putting MP3 downloads there if you want to download the MP3s and listen later. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Buona. Also on my Twitch page where we stream live games and we basically air the live behind the scenes footage. We've had some funny times. People got tears in their eyes from this show, just from the bloopers alone. You may have remembered the sneeze in this show. Yeah, that generated a lot of laughter. Yeah. Twitch.tv/Buona is where we're at. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday night around 5 or 6 p.m. and we stream almost daily video games and the like. Thanks everybody for listening to Buona.org Radio. That concludes this episode, and I will see you all next time. I'll see you all next week. Everybody have a great day. Greetings, folks, and welcome to episode. And for our first story, we're going to talk about IFTTT, also known as if I can click it, I can drag it. Why click it? Oh, and then stop recording.